So this idea for a combination of sets directly from the 4-player tournament that will begin on AscensionGame.com in just a few days here. The first combination that'll be in the 4-player game tournament is Chronicle of Godslayer, Storm of Souls, and War of Shadows. I know I'm not playing 4-player here, but it's exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to get a 4-player game lined up, just at casual times, for live play on the app anyway. So he started with a 3-2 and took Shadow Star, and I am thinking I'm going to go along the same lines. Especially with War of Shadows being in the mix, power becomes slightly extra important. Also, even in Chronicle of Godslayer, power is a little better than it would be in most sets. And he gets Star Child, and so now I have an interesting decision between the Staff and the Soul Assassin. Soul Assassin adds a little bit extra juice, sort of, early in the game. It really, 2 rune and 2 power is a lot to get out of one card. Having a consistent construct, though, doing that 1 power for me can really add up. I'm going to take the Soul Assassin. I think I'm already well enough set up. Now, do I want it on top of my deck? I mean, the odds are pretty good that I'll draw something to go with it. Yeah, I'll put it on top of my deck. So, kind of gambling a little on it, and didn't get there this time, but I will go ahead and take that Canopic Jar now to go with it. And now we're really building for a real power-heavy deck already that's going to make runes. It's going to be pretty sweet, little half and half already. So he took the Honey Siren and now has a Staff. So he has a couple of power-producing constructs as well, and has a little bit of a life-bound theme going already. Shrine Attendant is an option, and I think I want it. Mystic is also an option. But it may be that I'm going to want that power. Yeah, I think the versatility here could be pretty important, so we'll see how that plays out. I mean, it's kind of a guess either way. He takes the Elemental Adept, so now has a little bit of banishing power, and now I get to start using my Soul Assassin. And what I'm going to do to start with, I'm definitely going to take a monster, so, well, I could take the Polaris Demon and set him back. But I think what I should do probably is take the Cyril, because I really don't want him to have that. I don't want... He's already developed kind of a life-bound theme, and so I need to go ahead and cut him off from that. Also, Cyril is a pretty powerful card, so if I'm able to get that going, that's something that I would want to be doing anyway. Okay. Marsh Ranger may become key for this strategy as well. Let's see. So I can take the Marsh Ranger here. It would involve skipping the extra rune that the Canopic Jar would give me for beating a monster. But I think that's pretty reasonable. I think I want the Marsh Ranger to go with my Cyril. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Kind of wanting to build up and see if I can't get to that Muramasa before he does. Because I am going to have some rune advantage here. It's kind of a bloody game already. Getting pretty aggressive already. Maybe I take out the Polaris Demon here. Or I could take out the Samael's Trickster and just buy the Treasures of the Study. If it became day, I could buy Muramasa. Decisions. Oh wait, no, I already could, because I've got the Jar and the Trickster rune, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because Muramasa this early in the game, if I can draw it pretty soon, it's pretty good. Probably better than killing one of his constructs. So he plays the Elemental Adept and takes out the Shade and Deceitful Ghoul. And so I didn't draw my Life Bounders together, unfortunately. Cannot take out either of the two monsters currently. Even with my Shade Viper, I can get to 4 power. It might be time to start looking at gambling with some more power, like Void Militia, because I do already have the power constructs, and once the board clears out, he who defeats the most important monsters likely to win. Rescue Bot, for that reason, could be a liability, but I don't think it's going to be a big liability. I'm going to start with the Seer of the Fork Path, and then I am going to take... I think I'm just going to take the Rescue Bot. I'm about to draw Soul Assassin this next turn, and so I don't think that there's any particular reason to add a lot more power to my deck. Like, I'm at this rate, unless something bad happens to my constructs, I should be able to get to a monster pretty easily. Actually, at this point, I still do need one more power, so before I shuffle, I'm going to take the Void Militia, and there's the Muramasa. Okay. And so now, just in time to knock down the Polaris Demon, I believe. That way I get to choose the two constructs, and take the best two, really, because he's going to keep one of his power constructs, one would think. So, take the Demon, take out the even constructs, and then I can have Reclamax, or I could have Deadeye Assassin. I think... see. Reclamax, though, I could put directly into play if I waited and drew my Rescue Bot, but there's no guarantee it's still going to be there. I'm going to take the Reclamax now. And then I'm going to take the Brazier Drone. A little extra value. I need to max out on using my rune at this point. Like I said, it's been a pretty aggressive, kind of violent sort of game, as you'd probably expect when you combine like War of Shadows and Chronicle of the Godslayer. Storm of Souls could help to temper that a little bit, I'd say, but these are some pretty fast-moving, kind of honor-draining sorts of sets. Monster killing being a big part of at least two of those, using the power. So just wanting to kind of, we're really winding it down pretty quick. He's going to Polaris Demon, which is going to leave me my Canopic Jar, I would imagine, which is, still pretty good, so yeah. So I could put the Watchmaker's Altar directly into play. And first I should defeat the Fettered Soul, because I can get the rune from the Watchmaker's Altar. So I will take out the Soul, and then I'll take out the Rocket Courier, I think, because I don't want to give him a Makana. This may come down to kind of a point-for-point sort of situation. Now that I see a one-cost hero, I want to get that as well. I think we're really coming down the stretch, so every point that I can get matters. And it's not about the fact that it's a Grease Monk. In fact, I really probably hope not to have to draw and play Grease Monk. But it's about the fact that it's, it's an extra honor at the end of the game. I need to go ahead and have that card. So here's Fettered Soul. And looks like I'm going to get to take out either the Sea Tyrant. Let's see, first I'm going to gain an honor from this Fanatic. And let's see what we can banish here. Did not get to unite the Cyril again. I'm going to put the Rescue Bot directly into play, if need be. And I get it at a discounted rate, so I want to keep that. I think since I'm not going to be able to take the Sea Tyrant, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And I can put the Shade Converter directly into play. 5, 6. I would need one more, so I could draw a card, get the Shade Converter. Or actually, I already have 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I could just put the Shade Converter directly into play, or I could just take the Rescue Bot. I don't really have anything that I need it to be daytime for. Well, the Reclamax, but that's not going to matter much, because when I play it. So, it doesn't really matter, except just the maximizing the honor pool here. So, I'm going to take the Shade Converter. I could actually draw. Oh no, the Marsh Ranger's in the discard. So, I'm going to skip the draw for now. I'll wait and use it on the next turn. There's that Grease Monk that I was so excited to draw. So, hopefully I'll get to buy a Construct and utilize its ability to full effect. If not, I still stand by the decision. I think it was a reasonable gamble at the time. I wanted that. Okay. So, here, what would be excellent would be to beat the Avatar of the Fallen. And that's probably not going to happen. I just don't have that kind of power out there. We'll see. If I draw a card, okay, 4. Yeah, if I draw the Muramasa, I could still defeat the Avatar. Let's see. I'm gonna take out this Deadeye Assassin, and so I'll pop this to C, and I didn't get it, but that's okay. I'm going to put the Rescue Bot directly into play. And I'll take the Prodigal. And now I could take the Foundry Hound, or I could take out a Fanatic for 3. 3 plus the Messenger is 4, or I could take the Hound, which is 3. And the yeah, okay, so that's actually better to take the Fanatic. Now I could take Messenger and Solar Sentry, which would leave me 1 and 1 and give me 3, but that doesn't really do much. Alright, so I'm going to take the Messenger, and then I'm going to take the Fanatic and pop it. So that's the maximum, I believe, if I did the math right, that I could gain. So that's what I went for, knowing the game is nearly over. It's still a close one. It's still kind of coming down to it. It's sort of a grinded out sort of game. I have a lot of Makana, and that should hopefully put me over the top at the end. I should have another reasonably good turn, especially if I'm able to use the Soul Assassin to beat a monster. Getting to use its full value again. That's just a lot to get out of one card for the second time this game, third time. I don't know, I've used it a few times. I'd love to beat the Avatar. For that, I need to use the Reclamax to draw my Muramasa. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey, there we go. Alright. I promise it doesn't always work that way. It almost never works that way. But in my videos, sometimes it just seems to work that way. So, glad you guys get to watch things work the way that you would always hope they would. So I'll take the Avatar, and that should do a pretty good job to seal it up. I don't think I'm going to have the rune to buy the Druids, but the Vandal Soul is worth just as much, and I'm not going to be able to... I'm not going to be able to beat any other monsters with what I have here. So, what I mean is I am going to have the rune to buy the Druids. And, yeah. So, anyways, that's all we can do, and it's just good enough. So, good games, and thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.